Am I actually in the screen?
Yep, you're right in the bullseye middle. And it's recording. I don't like it.
Why?
Because you're not smiling or anything.
Well, I'm not ready to shoot yet. Hey everyone, FG here again. We've got a new project which is brought to you by lifestyleoffroad.com. These guys, Luke Pankow, he made some customization for me here. I had asked for a Fender sticker. They have a usual one. This usually says Titan infused, but I don't have a Titan swap, so I asked him if he could do a little bit of customization for me. He put Frontier on here instead, and this usually has the standard 50-star flag that we're all commonly familiar with, but I asked him if he could do a Betsy-Ross, because on the house I have one of each. I have our usual standard one, and then I have what's called the teabag flag, which is the stripes kind of have a little bit of like a tannish tint to it. It looks like it's aged, so like a vintage flag, in other words. And I always liked that look, so I asked him if he could do that, and he said absolutely. And then I said, could you do it in a gunmetal, like a dark gray instead of a pure black? And he said, yeah, I can do that too. And I asked him if there'd be an upcharge, and he said, nope, it'll be the regular price. And I said, well, that is great. So these are some good guys. So if this is a project that appeals to you, I would ask you to please support them and go ahead and order something from them as well. So we're going to go here and go ahead and get started. So obviously, cleaning your surface, of course, is going to be your first step. Never, this is probably pretty obvious, never put anything in dirty paint. It's not going to adhere as well, and you're probably going to trap, if you have any little pieces of sand or anything like that, you're going to trap that underneath the decal, and you're never going to be able to get it to lay down perfectly smooth because of that item that's trapped underneath. So I always give it 2 runs through to clean everything off. Lay that down real good. Now I got a problem. Now I probably have to wash the rest of the truck. Right now this is probably a clean spot on it. So what you do next then is you take and lay down again a good sheen of liquid. You want to be able to move your sticker and be able to work not only its position.
So why not with water?
Water would be fine too. There's several different ways that this can be done, but water works as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and apply this. Now you can see this, since this is wet, I can move it as I'd like. Actually, the funny thing is, this thing is moving on its own, which is kind of weird. I'm going to get it where I want it. Plan for this project was that the space here and the space over here are going to be pretty much even. And then you go ahead and just start smoothing it out. And get your liquid out from underneath so that it begins to adhere to the base material, your paint. You have to work this a little bit because you will find that the thing keeps moving around. You've got enough water on it where it should be. At first, it's not going to stay put. So that's a crucial step. Get the liquid out. Back. This is a multi-part sticker, so this is made in 2 pieces. There's the backing, which obviously I just peeled off, as you can see. Just kind of tag on there. And then there's the carrier, which is obviously this in the front. So when this comes off, it's just going to leave all these pieces behind. So you got to be really cautious about what you're doing here. Make sure that you get it adhered to the surface first, so that your air bubbles out, and then you have to wait a period of time. The instructions that I found suggested at least 15 minutes to allow this to set up. While you're doing that, you want to see that just shifted a little bit. You got to be very careful to make sure that everything's placed where you want it, and that it stays put. So obviously we're going to do this video in multiple pieces because I'm expecting you to sit around and wait 15 or 20 minutes for this to lay down. We'll come back and talk about how to remove this top carrier without making a mess. Hey everyone, we're back again. It's about 25, close to probably about a half an hour later. As I was saying, with these multi-part stickers, you have to be very cautious to give it some time to set. This overlayer keeps everything aligned properly, but each one of these pieces is actually individual, not like these, like this K&N or anything like this, which looks like it's different parts, but is one clear cover. This doesn't have any of that, so you need to be very, very cautious to give this time to properly adhere to the base material before you start peeling this. Otherwise, you're just going to peel the entire sticker right off, and you're going to have wasted your money, and you're going to be very frustrated and angry because your project blew up on you. And no, I'm not speaking from personal experience. No, I've never done that. Yes, I have. So we'll continue with this, given that I am projecting my experience forward to you so that you don't go through the same thing I did.
Sponsorship from Coca-Cola.
Hopefully we learn from our experiences. So what I'm doing here is just using a flat plastic.
Sponsorship from Rofo.
Yes. Sponsored all my friends from Rofo. Thank you very, very much. 10 cents per gallon off on fuel if you have this. So I'm using this just basically as a squeegee and you won't dig into the paint and scratch it tool, right? So what you're going to want to do here at this point is wet the backing a little bit. And you're throwing this away anyway, so it doesn't matter what really you do to it at this point. The part that you want to make sure, obviously, is that your actual color, the piece that you want to keep, is intact. What happens to the carrier at this time is irrelevant because it's going in the trash. So you want to peel at a complete 180-degree angle. So make sure that you start in the corner, flatten as you're peeling. If you go like this, you're going to start lifting the sticker with it, what you want to keep. And that obviously is not going to end well. So you go very slowly here. The other thing is patience. Do not be in a rush to get a look at your final result. Because if you're in a rush, your final result probably is not going to match what you were hoping for in your head. Now, I don't know if you can see that right there, but that one lifted just a little. You can see the one star edge. And I'm going to lift this over a little bit, and you can hear it. Out it's still lifting. So I'm going to stop here at this point and work that segment a little bit. There's probably a little bit of liquid trapped under there. And I don't know how clear it's going to come out in the video, but these stars, the little teeth, whatever you'd like to call them, are cut through the plastic, so they're very delicate. So if you want the star to stay intact and actually look like a star and not a blob, you need to be very cautious with pulling this off. Very slowly.
You need it to more resemble a star than how all us look due to quarantine.
Cameraman.
None other than Justinator himself.
The Justinator is here, and he gets his quarantine commentary added in. And here we are moving along.
But then again, by doing so, I've already dated the video.
Well, we don't know when, months, years, however long it'll be, we'll eventually look back at this and, well, maybe not laugh. I probably wouldn't say that, because I'll bet that probably all of us know a family who's been directly affected where someone didn't make it, so that's certainly no laughable matter in the least. But the situation with the politicians and the talking heads on TV giving us a unrequested opinion and telling us what we need to think and what we need to feel, I think is, in this particular case, the laughable part. I think we all know how we're thinking and feeling about this whole situation, and nobody's enjoying it.
Well,
okay, so as you can see here, I'm having a little trouble right here with the bar. Like I said, do not be in a rush to try to finish this out. You want to be very sure that everything lays down properly. Even fingertip can be.
The O's off center.
Oh, did that move? Oh, yeah, that's loose. Yep. Alright, cameraman caught a mistake there. Yep, he noticed that the center of the O had migrated. Very good point. There we are. Okay, we are almost there. Oh boy. Yep. Like I said, this can be a bit tricky. And like I've said more than once here already, do not be in any kind of a hurry.
The dot for the 4 is also coming off.
Yeah, I see that.
So as you can tell, the small plastic pieces may be in agitation. So watch out for characters that you're going to put on your stickers.
Yeah, the very tiny pieces cut out in the middle here are, alright, so as you just saw in living color here, what I was saying is absolutely accurate. Do not be in a hurry or you will destroy what it is that you are.
You may want to
laying
shift
down.
up the dot in the center of the 4.
I think that's pretty much where it was. All right, so back again here, everyone, finishing up the project here as we were seeing a couple of minutes ago. I went ahead and fixed a couple of little things that were problematic. These centers are actually, as I had mentioned, separate items. This little guy here, right? So they do have a tendency of moving around if they do still have a little bit of liquid underneath. The other thing you'll notice is that this is not black. This came stock in 2 different colors, a gloss black or a matte black. The truck has a lot of trim obviously on it, which is a grayish and is not a pure black. Some of the stuff on the bumper, the push bar that I have is not actually fully black, and the bed rails and things of that nature. So I actually asked him if he could do a gunmetal color instead. And I think I like it. I think it goes well with the rest of the items that are going on. The roof rack, of course, is not completely black. The feet are, but the center portion is, well, I don't know, some shade of gray. Anyway, so just trying to find, kind of a cohesive, not having too many different weird colors all clashing and juxtaposing here. So I've got the red trim, as we had mentioned in other videos, including lug nuts, etc., and I went with this. So that's basically it. Going to go ahead and install the other side now. I don't see any reason to film twice. I think you all have gotten through this and gotten the idea of the particular specialty things that need doing. Like I said, don't be in a rush. Make sure that you have a card to work the backing, and Once you get the first one situated, which is exactly what I'm going to do, I'm going to take those measurements, transfer it over to the other side, and take a piece of painter's tape, masking tape, just run that across here to give me my height, and get the other one so that it situates exactly matching this one. And that's pretty much it. We are done for today. So have a great weekend. Take that truck out and get it dirty. Use it like it's supposed to be used.